got ran over. It just does not feel good. Such a disappointing performance here today at home on our home court to not be more competitive. And I thought there were a lot of things that went into it, but mostly we got annihilated on the boards. We did not take care of things in transition defense and had far too many turnovers. So pretty much every key that we had for the game, take care of the ball, rebound, and locate in transition defense, those things did not go in our favor. I thought Maryland deserves a lot of credit. They came on this road trip on a mission. They had a great performance at Michigan State and came out here and just kicked our tails on our home court, and it's really disappointing, and we've got to get some things figured out.
What was the mood in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of disappointment. I mean, there's just a lot of disappointment. I think our kids know when we didn't accomplish the goals that we had for ourselves in a game, and so that's not how they want to perform, and especially not in front of Husker Nation.
Britt had one shot in that first period. What were you seeing from Maryland just shutting her down so effectively?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that they got physical with her. They were denying her away from the ball. They were just effectively and aggressively like switching screens and just trying to do everything they could to keep the ball out of her hands. And then once she got it in her hands, to make things, difficult to really shade towards her.
Logan Nisley, career high 22 points today for her. Can you talk about her performance on the floor?
Yeah, I thought that Logan did exactly what our team needs her to do, and that's to find ways to hunt shots. And her teammates did a good job of trying to find her in situations, but I thought she just aggressively was thinking, shot ready. And when our team really needed somebody to step up and put the ball in the basket, I thought she took that to heart. She's been really trying to fight and scratch and claw and do everything she can to try to get this thing turned around and perform at the level we need to perform at to accomplish goals of postseason.
Maryland had 44 points in the paint and then also led in rebounds by, I believe, 13. Were there any adjustments made at halftime to try and get on the board a bit when it comes to getting those boards off the glass and also kind of controlling the paint presence?
Well, we played a little less zone in the second half. I don't know. We gave up 11 of their 14 offensive rebounds in the first half when we were kind of mixing defenses and just it wasn't good enough. I thought that it was a much better effort in the second half. We only gave up 3 offensive rebounds in the second half, but we've got to be able to have 2 consecutive halves, 4 quarters, 40 total minutes where we have that type of effort. And, when you think about it, they shot the ball at a pretty high clip. So I think maybe we said they only missed 31 shots on the day, and 14 of those ended up in offensive rebounds for them. And that's just not going to win you games.
Coach, you're now 0-7 versus AP top 25 teams this season. How do you keep the team checked in so they don't think there's a hump that they can't get over?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I just think that at this point, we're just trying to grow from each game and just stay locked in on the microscope goals of like what needs to happen today in practice for me to become a better rebounder so that the next time we get an opportunity, and trust me, there's more that are coming, opportunities to play against AP top 25 teams. And that's what you get in the Big Ten Conference is just every night out is lots of opportunities to play against AP top 25 teams, and we've just got to stay confident and keep improving so that we can get over that hump.
Maybe the peak out game was to be a part of an initiative like this and then recognize the people that had survived cancer, including the ones that were led onto the court with the player before the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. It's pretty emotional. One of my former college teammates, walking out there in the starting lineup, and I know the battle and fight that she has fought to get to where she is now. And every player in our program has been touched by cancer, and we have a lot of people that are very, very close to us within our program that are battling right now, and so it's pretty emotional, and it's something that we feel really honored to be able to be a part of and to participate in play for K, to find ways to raise awareness and to continue to fight that battle.
Can you speak on Maryland's physicality a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that they were physical really kind of on both ends, and I thought they played with great pace, the pace that we would like to play. You know, made basket, missed basket. They were getting the ball out and up quickly and really pushing tempo, but defensively, I thought they were okay with taking a couple fouls, you know, trying to hold you off screens and you know, get physical because, you know, there's, you know, for every time that they got called for a foul on that, there's 3 times where they're just being able to be physical and ride you off screens and, you know, and get away with it. And so I think they're very, very physical team, and they use that to really just kind of overpower us today, and that's not what we want to be about.
Why do you think you had such a problem with the full court defense right to start the game with 6 quick turnovers to start the game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to address that. I really don't know why we had so much trouble. You know, Maryland has really changed up their defenses a lot. And in their last ball game, they started the game in a 2-2-1 press back into a zone defense. And up to that point, they'd started some games in a 1-2-2, 3-quarter court soft defense. And a few times they've showed full court man-to-man defense in certain periods of the game after a made free throw, but we hadn't really seen them go full court man-to-man right away to start the game on every made basket, just, you know, and I think what happened is they went to that, they had some success, they stayed with that. It's not like we didn't practice or work on, you know, how we wanted to break the press against their man-to-man defense or their 1-2-2 or their 2-2-1. We worked on all of those things in practice, but you know, what they were going to throw at us, we were not really sure. But once they did, I thought we should have settled in faster than we did.
Anything else, Coach Williams? finish things up here with Nebraska players, Logan Nisley and Callan Haig. Logan had a career high 22 points, a career high 6 3-pointers today for Nebraska. Questions for the Huskers?
Alan, what was the mood in the locker room after the game?
I mean, obviously disappointed. I feel like we're kind of saying the same things, like we got to rebound, we got to take care of the ball, we can't get punked. And so, yeah, disappointed.
Cal, what's happened with the turnovers? How do you need to help each other as a team to cut down on those turnovers?
Yeah, I think we need to be open when our teammates need us to be open. I think we need to like meet our passes. And I think that'll solve a lot of problems. It's a two-way street. It's not just one player. It's both players, and so we're going to have to be able to figure that out in practice.
Logan, you were a bright spot on a somewhat disappointing night. 22 points. How do you feel posting a career high like that?
I mean, yeah, I think confidence-wise, I think it, builds that. But unfortunately, that's not how our team works. I mean, obviously, individual stats are great, but as a team, I think, like Cal said, we just kind of need to come together and figure out what we need to do to come away with a win. But yeah, I mean, my teammates made great passes, made great reads, and fortunately, I was on the other end of that.
Logan, what's it like to play against Maryland with how they play pressure defense and how aggressive they are rebounding?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we kind of practiced against. Our scout guys are the same way, and they're bigger, faster, stronger sometimes, and so we get good practice at it. I think now we just need to take it personal, and obviously Maryland's known for that kind of stuff, and so just being able to kind of get back doors, try and, make them respect that we can score at all three levels, and I think moving forward, I think that'll be something that'll help us with that.
Callan, this is your final year here. You played in the pink out game many times. What's it like? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, the pink out game is really special. I think it just reminds us that it's a lot bigger than basketball. Yeah.
Logan, obviously this was a tough stretch of games. We could have seen that coming months ago. What needs to happen so that this stretch doesn't linger and crush the entire season?
Yeah, I just think we need to grow, and that, looks like a lot of different things. I think we need to be self-accountable, we need to hold each other accountable, and then just watch the film, take what we need to do, look at the good things we did and build on those, but then I just think it's crunch time, and we need to figure out what's going on to, make us lose, I guess, or, not give us the best chance, and I think we really need to focus on that and flip the switch. Obviously, it's all fun and games until you're in this stretch and you go 0-3, and so I think we just really need to look ourselves in the mirror and figure out what's going on, what toughness plays we need to make, how we need to get more gritty on the boards, on the floor, all things like that.
Anything else for the players? Okay. Thank you.